Hi, my name is Prasanjit and I work for BMC Atrium Orchestrator product. This is part 1 of a two-part video series where I would like to talk about how to create users, groups, and manage the permissions within your BMC Atrium Orchestrator environment. Let's get started. Permissions control the level of access users have within Atrium Orchestrator. In BAO, permissions are assigned using groups, which determines what level of access a user has, what BAO components they can access, what information they can see, and what operations they can perform. If a user is a member of more than one group, the user is granted the most permissive permission. In BAO, permission groups are created both within Atrium Single Sign-On and BMC Atrium Orchestrator components, that is, the Repository Manager and the Grid Manager. By the end of this video series, you'll be familiar with creating users and groups, assigning user to existing group, and lastly, managing permissions within Repository Manager and the Grid Manager. Let's do a demo. Let's open the Atrium SSO console first. Log in using the default Atrium SSO user, which is AMadmin, and the administrator password for SSO, which was supplied during the installation. Make sure you remember the password of the SSO admin user, as this password is not recoverable. In SSO, all the users and groups are created within realm. Let's select the BMC realm, go to the Users tab. This is where SSO displays the list of all the user accounts. In here, the user AO admin is the admin user for BMC Atrium Orchestrator and is created during the repository installation. And by default, this user account is not a member of any groups. Similarly, we also have a separate tab for groups. Let's click the Groups tab. As you can see, these are the available groups we have in SSO. Let's start by creating a new user first. Go to the Users tab, click the Add button. For the user ID field, provide a username for your user account. In this case, I'll type in Sam. Next, provide the first name, last name, and full name for the user account. Now, provide a password and confirm it once again. Make sure the new account is set as active. Now let's click the Save button and our user account is created. Now, we'll create a group. Click on the Groups tab. In here, BAO automatically creates a group with the name AO admin. By default, no users are a member of this group. Now let's click the Add button. Provide a group name in here. Now, on the left-hand side, we have all the available users. In order to add any user to this particular group, simply select the user account from the left-hand side and click the Add button. Now let's click the Save button. Alternatively, you can select a user account and click on the Groups tab. Now we have all the available groups in here, and we can add our user to any of the available groups to make him or her a member of the particular group. One thing to remember is that you can edit a user profile and their passwords only if the users are locally created within Atrium SSO. If your Atrium SSO, let's say, is integrated with Active Directory, in that case, the user profile fields like the first name, last name, full name, and the passwords, they will be grayed out, as SSO can only read the AD accounts but cannot make any modifications. In the next part of the video series, we'll be covering managing group permissions from Repository Manager and the Grid Manager.